We are on our second day in Sardinia. We stayed in Bossa for the first night. We're staying in Bossa for the second night. Our flight was really long yesterday by the time we traveled up from Manchester to London, so we didn't do much. We didn't do much filming. We only went to see the town for a little bit. It's a nice, wonderful, colourful town. You just get a church and then a castle right at the top, so you don't really have to spend a lot of time here. I'd say half a day is all you need. So just, if you've got a car, just get in, travel down here and spend half a day, and that is more than enough to explore Bossa. Now we are off to Alghero, which is a bigger town, and basically we heard it's just as beautiful, so we'll see. So we've arrived to Alghero, and the first thing you notice is this massive port, and we did the mistake of parking in the wrong section of it. So let me just show you quickly, because this is free and I just had to pay 13 euros to park it for 8 hours. It's not bad, but this is free. So we parked in the car park where that Ferris wheel is, right there. But if you come and actually park at the docks here, then this is absolutely free. So Alghero was conquered by Spain in the 13th century, and ever since then it's been called a little Barcelona, Barcelonette, with Spain later building these walls and watchtowers behind us. And it's honestly a really beautiful city. You've got the port behind and all the boats and everything else. Honestly, it's really nice. It's a nice thing, isn't it? What's really fascinating to me is that wherever you go, you can see the Roman influence on the world and how far it has reached just by the architecture and the buildings that they have here. For example, if you just look at this, this is 100% resemblance of the Roman Empire. So in our opinion, if you're gonna do this, and if we were gonna do this again, we'd definitely book the other way round. So instead of booking Bossa to stay in for 2 nights, we'd book Alghero to stay in for 2 nights and travel to Bossa, just because there is so much more to see here. There is so much more to do, and honestly Bossa is, you're looking at a half a day trip, where this city requires a full day, and the views are so much better. So you've got the sea right here, and the seaside basically carries on around to the coast, and they've got 2 beaches there, and you've got the watchtowers that the Spaniards have built. So there's a lot more to do. So just notice there's a catapult right there, and I don't know if it's been preserved or if it's a modern catapult. If you look at that, these must be really heavy. They must have used at least 2-3 people to pick this up, put it in there, and then off they go into the sea. You can literally come here and walk the old walls of this city. It's a very beautiful coastal town. There's restaurants everywhere. We've arrived here, we've noticed everything's really slow going, everybody's got time, nobody's in a rush. They basically live a totally different lifestyle, but this is also where they have a blue belt zone. I think that's what it is, where people constantly live over 100 years old. So we were just talking, and we're basically here at the beginning of September. I don't actually imagine myself coming here during the peak time, which is August, because you probably wouldn't be able to move here, and there'd be so many people. We've noticed there's restaurants that are half full, which is perfect for us because I'm not really a fan of the crowd. Keep pushing past people, so this is perfect if you're visiting beginning of September. Absolutely great. You don't only have a catapult, they also have a trebuchet. So what you're going to find walking the coast is a lot of old cannons, trebuchets and catapults, and then you're going to get to the final tower, which we did it the opposite. We were down there first, we climbed up the stairs and then had to go to the front of the coast and then walk to the side. But what you're going to find is once you get here, you can just walk down the stairs and continue to walk into the beach, which I don't know if you can see, but it's all the way down there. That is the beach, so there's a lot of shoreline to walk. It took us about 20 minutes to get to the beach side of it, and I don't know if you saw how beautiful and clean and see-through the water is. I don't know if the video does it justice, but it's literally see-through, and there's loads of attractions. They did volleyball, they did beach football, they had some roller coasters for the kids and some bumper cars that I've seen, but it's really nice. The beach goes on for maybe 2 kilometers, so this is a really nice place to come to enjoy yourself. There's bars along the coastline, and there's basically everything that you need. So a trip to Italy wouldn't be a trip without some gelato. So we are off to apparently the best gelato place in Alghero. It's got 1.7 thousand reviews, and it's just 5 minutes from this beach down here, so we're gonna go see what it's all about and try it. Yeah. So you just finished the ice cream. There's absolutely no time to even record anything because they were so fresh, they were literally melting in my hand, and they were really good. What do you think out of 10?
I'd give it a solid 9.5.
9.5. It was one of the better ice creams we've had, and we've been to 2 other places in Italy before, and we've been to other places around the world, and this was really good. So if you look how busy these parks are, from where we are in the UK, we don't get parks like this, and even if we did, kids don't come out and play, and if you look, everybody's having a good time and everything's different here. Yeah. So we are finishing our day in Alghero. It was absolutely beautiful down here. We ended up going for some really good pizza. The pizza was really, really good. And just look how nice everything looks. Go to that place. The one, it doesn't even have a name on it, right? So I'm just gonna put it up in the top left corner. Go to this place here, and you will have a really good pizza in Alghero. You won't regret it. But look how nice this all looks. Unfortunately, we've got an hour travel back to Bosa, so we won't be staying any longer, but this is so worth the visit down here. Everybody's out, they're having a good time. We went for drinks down here today as well, which was really good. But look how many people have come out for dinner. The sun's come down a little bit. We've got about an hour till sunset, but look at this. Everybody's enjoying themselves. The town is alive. If you're in Sardinia, you have to visit Alghero, and don't do like us, don't book Bosa, book Alghero and then travel to Bosa. But on to our day 3. We are booking out in the morning, and then we're traveling to Cagliari in the morning. Well, checking out in the morning and traveling to Cagliari in the morning, and then we'll see what's happening down there. So we've made it to Cagliari after a 2-hour journey. And before I tell you my first thoughts about the city, it is busy, it's hot, but there's also a lot of history in here. So this is the biggest town in Sardinia that you will find, and there's nowhere to park. Literally, we tried everywhere, you couldn't park anywhere. One of the Airbnb hosts actually gave us a parking spot, which was very good. So I'll put it up down here if you stay in, so you can actually park there. So being the largest city, this city focuses basically on the port, and this is how it's always operated.
You can't see it.
But you can't see it because there's building works and everything's blocked off. So if you look at the history of this, when the Romans basically conquered this, they built amphitheaters here, and they had all the infrastructure, which still remains to this day, because we're going to see the amphitheater later on in this video, which we will show you. But after that, it was conquered by the Spanish, which they basically ruled for years and years. And then Sardinia declared its independence, and then the latest history was during World War II. This was bombed for its port and its strategic location, basically because of the port. But first impressions when we got here, you can tell it's a bigger city. It's dirtier, it's louder, it's basically totally opposite of the other two cities that we stayed in. But it's still beautiful at the same time. You still get your beautiful cozy roads. Currently the whole town is basically upwards. You just have to keep climbing to see anything that you want to see. And the amphitheater is right at the end of this walk. So the first spot we're going to see is a 19th century bastion that was built on medieval fortifications. From the bottom, it doesn't look as big as it is on top here. I'm actually really surprised with the amount of space that they have here. And of course you had a palace up top, or a house, or whatever it was. So this is how big it is. It's absolutely huge, and these steps are blocked off and they go to that palace down there. I think it would have been a palace back in the day. There's a lift there, but it's out of order as well. I'll tell you what, yesterday we did 20,000 steps, and today everything's uphill. Whatever you do, uphill. Stairs and just literally going uphill. And my legs are telling me that they're in pain. So like I was saying, all the steps, but we've got a pit stop right here, and you can go and get some drinks and look at the view you have. We ended up getting 2 Aperol Spritz, and then look at this. Absolutely beautiful. So we were just having our drinks right there, and then if you walk up the stairs, this is a 13th century church that has still survived till this day, and apparently it had royals still buried in it. So we didn't go into that church because we saw people covering up and we didn't have anything to cover up, so unfortunately we missed out on it. But the whole road, basically you just keep going straight and it just leads you to a different thing every single time, and you end up at the amphitheater at the end. So we've just come out a side road, and this is the view that you get. You get to see all of Cagliari, the whole shoreline, everything. So a quick update, once you get past all the shops at the front and you actually climb higher and higher and higher and you cut through all the crap, it is actually very beautiful place to be in. You can see everything, it's very scenic, it's got a different feel to it than downstairs where everybody's trying to sell you crap and basically they're trying to push a sale. But once again, it's about a half day is all you need to see the main parts that you want to see. But what we're going to do is, we've seen them already, we're going to go check in, and we've only got the amphitheatre left. Then we're going to go check in, we're going to get dressed up, go for a really nice dinner, and then have a stroll around the night time, because at night everything comes to life in Italy. So past 7 o'clock, 8 p.m. English time that is, then everything comes out and everybody's enjoying themselves. They're having food, they're having wine, everything. But at this time when it's so hot, you don't see that much people around. So last one, amphitheatre left, and then we're gonna head to our Airbnb. So this is the Roman amphitheatre, and this apparently was built between the 1st century and the 2nd century. So the age of it is absolutely incredible. And just imagine all these people sat here. It used to hold 10,000 visitors just watching people get killed, and gladiator fights and executions and everything. It must have been incredible. So like I was saying, I didn't know the size, but apparently it was 88 meters by 72 meters, and its arena was 47 meters by 31, which is absolutely enormous. So if you do want to go in there, it is €3 per person to actually enter. But if you do enter, the only difference is that you get to see it from a different viewpoint, so you just get to take a better picture really. So I don't think it's worth it in the end, because you could see it just behind and you can see everything on show. You couldn't even go in for the price of the ticket. You couldn't walk around it. It's just basically a road to a viewpoint where you can take a picture and a video, and that is it. So make your own mind up if that's worth it for you or not, but we've seen everything just from the outside. I wasn't going to film it, but we just stopped off at this gelato place behind us, and it's one of the best pistachio ice creams I've ever had, and I'm not even exaggerating, it's literally amazing. And I always get the same flavor, so I always get pistachio wherever I go, so I have something to compare to, and it's honestly ridiculous. So this will be the end of our day. Today it was more of a rest day, and like I said previously, we're going to Villa Missu tomorrow to see the other beach. I have tanned really well, and for some reason this sun in Sardinia here, it tans you more than it actually burns you. We've been to Rome and we came back burnt, and here I'm actually tanning. I don't feel the burn, and it's our 4th day here. So it's a totally different type of sun. Yeah, we have used some sun protection, but not a lot. But apart from that, you can see how massive this beach is. Our towel is somewhere down there. We just went for a walk along the coast of the beach, and it's really a nice whole day to spend here. So like I said previously, this is the parking. It's absolutely huge. It's only €8 per day, and you can park here till midnight. So I'm going to leave where we parked up here, and you can park in the same space to visit this beautiful beach. So what we didn't show you was the nightlife in Cagliari, which we went out yesterday. We had some awesome food. My wife had some
ragu pasta, which was amazing.
Amazing food, higher on the price side, but really worth it. But the nightlife today is totally different than the nightlife yesterday. There was literally no one here yesterday, and now we've got full streets of people, and it looks like the city is alive. We've sat down, and if you look at the top left corner, they sell 1 litre of beer. I've not seen that served anywhere. Welcome back, my beautiful people. We are on our 5th day, and let me tell you something that you might not know. It's another sunny day in Italy. I just thought I'd tell you that in case you didn't know. And we have travelled to Villa Misius, and honestly it seems like a posh area when you drive in here. All the houses are really nice. They've even got a golf course, which wherever there's a golf course there is it's a better area. So we have travelled to the best beach in this area. You don't need a booking for this. Once again, location right here, and we saw it while we were driving through the windy roads, and it looked absolutely incredible. So we're gonna see if it actually is like this, and I think we're lost. I don't know where we're actually going. I think it's that way. Okay, so the car park, same story, €10 a day, and you can stay here all day. And basically there's pink flamingos here as well, and I am hoping to see some pink flamingos and take some photos of them. So as you can see, there's not only pink flamingos here, you've got different type of wildlife that exists on here. And this beach is split into 2 sections. So you've got this section here where the flamingos actually hang out, and then your main beach all the way down there. I don't know if the camera gives this off really well, but the water has got like a pink tinge to it just on the surface. So because our check-in is so late, after 5 p.m, we decided to stop down here before we go to the Baunei coast and all the nice beaches, or the nicer beaches. All the beaches here are nice. It's not even wherever you go, each beach is really nice. So we're going to travel up there after we finish here, and then we're probably going to do a hike to Cala, and there's Cala as well, which are regarded as 2 of the most beautiful beaches on this island. So we'll see how it goes. So let me just say, this beach is absolutely incredible, and if you're anywhere near here you need to come visit, because the water is literally see-through. And apparently there's better beaches than this, but this is by far the best beach we have been to in Sardinia at this moment of time. If you just look, it's literally, I can see the bottom of my feet clear as day, and I'm waist deep. It's absolutely beautiful. The whole beach is packed. There's loads of people. So in season, this must be a nightmare in season. But because we're in September, this is actually pretty good. There's a lot of spaces where you can set up, and there's also a beach lounges that you can rent at a beach club down there, so you can pay to have them. But the view is incredible, and you can actually go climb that tower all the way down there, and you can climb up it, and then you can have a picturesque view of the beach. So we've arrived to Santa Maria Navarrese. We've got dressed up and we're going to see if they've got any kind of nightlife. because the town looked really nice,
Very quiet.
but very quiet at the moment. Everybody's like, you know, being, and it seems like a really family estate, so we're gonna see what's happening. And then yeah, so I might have been wrong, because there's a whole terrace of people eating food, and there's people starting to walk on the street, so I think we're good. I thought we entered a retirement home for a second. So we got dressed up and everything, trying to find a drink, but we don't know what the hell's happening, but we're gonna find out shortly. We've only been in the town a few hours, but what I can recommend is just drive here, because the views and the scenery is absolutely incredible. There's mountains, greenery, there's a lot of it's like a forest area, but I don't know what you call them. It's like trees from like the African desert and stuff. It's really beautiful, really nice. You're going through mountains, you can see beaches along the way. It's well worth the drive. We are on day 6. We had a weird experience last night. We went to one of these local bars. There's only 3 that are open basically at that time, and everything closes quite earlier, so there's only 3 that stayed open till about midnight. And the weird thing was that they basically didn't want to serve us drinks anymore. We only had 2 glasses of wine, and then
waiting for ages.
we were waiting for ages.
And there was like 7 staff.
There's 7 staff, they're all behind the counter just talking. And then we went on Google to have a look at all the other reviews, and it's a very common theme down here that people wait a lot of time to get approached or even asked if they want something else. You have to keep calling them over, and even
That's if you can get their attention.
exactly, and that's even if you can get their attention, because most of the time they're behind the bar messing around or doing whatever they want. So it was a bit weird. The town's very nice. We sat near the beach, like basically beachfront. It was very nice, but I don't know, the whole experience was weird. And then when you try Google a coffee place here in the morning just to see where we could get coffee or a croissant or something like that, absolutely nowhere. So that's what we're looking for now. So you walk down here and you have all the tables and all your bar staff down there, and this is what we were sat looking out to. So this is the beach, and it's actually a really nice beach. So plan for today is to have a nice chilled relaxed day, and tomorrow we're going to try and get ourselves our boat to go and see Cala and all the other beaches, because we had a look and the hikes are about 2 hours each way, and it's really hot, and I don't know if that's something we really want to do. We went for some pastries, and it's run by like this elderly Italian grandmother, where she does everything by hand. Everything's baked by itself, and she's let us try these amaretto biscuits, and I've never had them like this. They are absolutely delicious. And we took some croissants from her. We took some something with cream, and we took some small little donuts from her as well, just to try. But honestly, absolutely amazing. So we've settled for the local beach in Santa Maria Navarrese. It's actually a really nice beach. It's a bit on a stony side. The sand's not fine, so you do have some stones and stuff like that. But if you are in need of a snorkel, you can get these here, and this is a very good company from 1946. And we've just checked the pricing online, and all I'm gonna say is don't buy them in the UK. Come down here and buy them, because you'll be surprised how much they really cost down here. So we've just come back from the beach. We've had a really nice day. It wasn't one of the best beaches out there, but it was good enough to sunbathe and snorkel and everything else, so we're really happy with that. But on the way home we got these homemade cookies, and they were still warm in the box. I'll show you what they look like now. The smell from these is absolutely incredible, and they are so soft. They literally just crumble away. They are so nice. It's actually ridiculous what type of food we are missing out on. So that's our day coming to an end. and tomorrow we are going to see the famous beaches. I don't know which ones we'll get to see, but we'll go to 2 or 3 of them and spend some time there, so it'll be good. And then we're off to Olbia, where we started. It's crazy how fast time's going. I could honestly stay here forever. I was even joking with one of the waiters that I could get a job here, and he said, yeah, sure, come, there's plenty of jobs. And I was like, oh, I was surprised. And then yeah, we're back to Olbia, and then we're flying over to Nepal, and then from Nepal back to England. We are finishing the day by going out for a nice meal. We wanted to go get some fish, so this is the only place that we found that does fish, so we're gonna go down there. And I didn't know that fish bite, like little fish we're talking about. We were just stood in the water down here, and if you're stationary they just bite your ankles, or they'll end up biting your leg, which I would never think of that in 1,000 years, or on different holidays that we've been on. Never seen fish that want to bite humans. We're gonna see how this meal turns out, if it's gonna be any good. Apparently the fish is straight from the sea, from the local town, so that's about it. And then tomorrow we're going on an excursion.
Con la barca. Si può arrivare solo a nuoto oppure dall'altopiano di Golgo Baunei ci vuole un'ora e mezza circa di cammino per arrivare qui a Cala, Goloritzé.
So what you just saw behind us was Cala, and from here I don't actually think it looked as nice as people make it out to be. I think maybe once you're there and the water looks totally different, but boats are not allowed to go on there, so you'd have to park your boat and then swim over to the beach to actually get there. But if I hiked 2 hours, and from what I saw, I don't know if I'd be impressed. But like I'm saying, it maybe is totally different when you're actually there. Today we were greeted by a beautiful sunset in the morning, as we had to wake up at 6:45 this morning just to get here for 8 a.m. But it was worth it, because this whole thing is going to take about 9 to 10 hours today. We're visiting 2 beaches and the grotto. We opted to do the grotto. It's an optional thing and you have to pay €10 extra. So we're just waiting to go to the grotto, as there's stops. You get to choose either the beach or the grotto, and the grotto's €10. And if you do want to go to the grotto, you have to stay on board, and they're going to take you there and then bring you back to the beach once you're done. So I must say, this cave is impressive. Apparently there's around 216 kilometers of tunnels in Sardinia overall, and they were used for shepherds back in the day. And this cave that we're in right now was discovered in the 1960s, and ever since then it has been protected and it's made into a tourist attraction. But this is beautiful, like everything, this is beautiful. It's crazy to think that all this is natural. They must have like an underground system. No, I think it's an underground system of water. So what's also super interesting is that there used to be a tree that used to grow here, but unfortunately due to a landslide, it was a fig tree as well. So unfortunately, due to a landslide, it's gone now, and the floor caved in and it's all gone. So thinking about this, while we're walking here, this could go at any minute. And what's the scariest part is all these rocks that are very sharp, and it makes you think if it fell, that's it. They've also somehow managed to get Wi-Fi in this place, which is another thing that I don't understand how it works, but it works. One thing that I didn't know that you're not allowed to do is touch anything. I didn't see any signs beforehand, and I did get told off. So do not touch anything when you're in here. And this cave also goes underground, which is filled with water. So basically there's photographs of when divers went in there, and you'll be able to see how it looks like, and they've discovered that part. There's also another section of this cave that's closed off to the public. It's apparently too narrow to get in and out, so they've closed that off, and this is the only current section open. In our personal opinion, we think it was worth it. Honestly, for €10 per person, it's about 45 minutes. It's well worth to see what nature created for millions of years. That it wasn't overnight that happened. It took millions of years for this to happen, and it was beautiful to see.
Sulla sinistra, Cala dove faremo la terza e ultima sosta di oggi, viaggio di Cala. Adesso siamo diretti a...
We have arrived to Cala, and first impressions, water is crystal clear. You can see everything in the water. The only thing is, it's a rocky beach. So as soon as you put your foot in it, your foot sinks in the rocks, and it's not as clean as everybody makes out, because in the caves, we even saw toilet paper in the caves. So make of that as you wish. We understand that everybody says everything on Instagram, but it's totally different. It's all packed. If you try to take a photo in the cave, it's not possible because there's so many people basically sat there with towels and everything like that. So I don't know when these people take these photos. And also bear in mind, we're not even in season. The season ended last month. So in season, this would be packed. There's already a lot of boats here, but in season this would be even worse. But like I said, bring some shoes that you can walk on here, because everywhere is stone. I'll show you. If you look, everywhere is stone. People are having troubles walking on this, and it's painful. So bring yourself some shoes that you can walk with. This is what I'm talking about with the caves. So this is the second beach on this excursion, but I'll tell you, it's not the best beach that we've seen in Sardinia. I think it's the second beach that we went to when we arrived with the pink flamingos. That was a lot better than this, and it wasn't rocky as well, just like this. We are on our last beach, and this is Cala, and by far the best beach out of all the three of them that we have gone to. Why is bigger, it's not as crowded, there's less people, it's cleaner. The only thing is it's still rocky, it's still a rocky beach, but it's just as nice as all the others. I would be really annoyed if I did a 2-hour hike in this heat and arrived here without knowing, because I didn't know that they're all rocky beaches. I didn't know that. But good, we took some water shoes, and it turned out pretty well. The water's pristine, it's clear, it's see-through, it's everything you want, but it still doesn't give off the same experience that we had on the beach with the pink flamingos. I think that one by far was the best beach. There's still very good beaches. If you're down here, it's worth doing just for the sake of being here, because in the area of Baunei there's not really a lot of things to do. It's just a lot of small towns put together. So if you're here, you might as well go on an excursion. I wouldn't recommend the hike unless you really like hiking, but if you're down here, why not go for it, and then you can take the photos, you can experience it by yourself, and maybe you will have a different experience. So that is us done for today. We are back at the port. The journey back was about 2 hours. It's a long journey back, but other than that, it was great. The tour itself was about 9 hours, 9.5 hours. Would I recommend it? I would recommend it. If you're here, it's nice to go and see the beaches for yourself, so at least you've got memories of the beaches. I think, would you recommend it?
I would recommend it. It was great.
You would recommend it. See, I liked it. It's not what on Instagram shows though, so be prepared for that. It's not what Instagram shows. The beaches are rocky, the water is crystal clear, and as you can see, I've got a lovely tan as well. We've both got a lovely tan, to be fair, from all the time we sat out on the sun in the boat. So I would recommend it. Pack some lunch, bring whatever you want, pack a lot of water shoes, some snorkeling gear if you like that, and it's definitely worth it. So we are on our 8th day of this trip, and yesterday something surprising happened. So we were just walking, we went out for a walk, we wanted to go down to the beach later in the evening, and what we noticed was a lot of people standing around. There's a massive crowd. There was people with their phones out and cameras and stuff like that. And then we were like, what the hell's going on? We thought it was a celebrity or something that's pulled up. But it turns out yesterday, on the 7th of September, was a full blood moon, which only happens once in 3 to 5 years, which is absolutely amazing. We did manage to get some pictures, and it was just something so special to see, and it looked so good. We had a perfect clear view from our balcony, and it was honestly so good and so ridiculous to witness something like that in person. It was just fantastic. But today we are checking out, and then we are off to Olbia, where we started, and on the way we're going to their supermarket, which is called a Eurospin or a Interpan. They have two here, and we'll take you with you just for you to see what kind of food they have, because the selection is totally different than in the UK. The cheeses, breads, and seafood that they have, you can pick literally whatever you want. So off we go. This is what you call an Italian Greg. It's actually not that bad. I'd give it about a 6 out of 10 for the morning. I'd prefer to stick to croissant. So we have arrived to the beach. We're just on the way. There's actually some free parking on this road, so you don't have to pay, because if you go further on you have to pay €1.50 per hour, which is extortionate, with a maximum of €16 for the whole stay. That's why you can see there's basically all these people parked here, because nobody wants to pay that. We stopped off at the supermarket beforehand for all the goodies. We've got a whole bag of everything that we're gonna have on the beach. We're gonna stay here probably till late. Doesn't smell too nice here. I don't know what the hell it is, but it smells like sewage or... Oh, I know what it is. It's a farm. I can see it. It's somewhere down there. And it's compost or whatever the hell that is, but that is disgusting. The smell of it is crazy. Oh, I don't know if you can see that black stuff, whatever that is, absolutely smells. We did try to get tickets to the Brancini beach, but they're all sold out. It's impossible to get tickets for it. So we're going to the beach a bit lower, which is quieter, nicer. Well, not nicer, but apparently just as nice. So we're going down there, and hopefully it's going to be really nice. We've got cloudy weather today, but it's still warm. So the beach we're going to is La Cintia. I don't know how you say it, but it's just one below. We did try to get tickets, but they're all sold out. And there's resellers that are selling them from before. The tickets for €20 per person, which is a rip-off. I think the original tickets are only €2. So if you're lucky enough to get one, that's great. If not, come down to the beach that we're going to right now. Damn, I was wrong. This beach is absolutely packed. It's full. I think everybody had the same idea as us, and I think everybody couldn't get into Cala Brancini, I think it's called, so they've all come down here. So we've been there about an hour or so, jumped in the water, and we felt some raindrops come on us. So I don't know if you've seen how Italian rain can be, but you can get about a few days worth of rain in about 5 minutes. So we've packed up, we're going. The sea is also a bit rough, the sun's not out, it's going to be cloudy all day, so it's a bit unfortunate because the beach is beautiful, white sand, clear water, is just wavy as you can see in the background. But other than that, we would have stayed. Great place to come when the sun is out and the sea is a bit calmer, and then you can snorkel as well. But other than that, can't complain. I'd be really annoyed if I booked some tickets upwards and then ended up having the same thing if I paid €30 for some tickets to go to the beach. So it's a good decision, but we're off to check in to the hotel now. We have landed in Olbia, back where everything started, back where we landed. And basically what I didn't know from my Airbnb, there's one massive road just going straight down, and it goes into the city centre. So we can just walk this, and apparently it's a 30-minute walk into the city centre where the marina is. So it's not that bad. At the moment we're on a mission to find some ice cream, and it's about 15 minutes, and we're going to see what's around, where we can get breakfast, where we can get pizza later on. and tomorrow I don't have a clue what we're doing yet. The weather has got a little bit worse, but not majorly. It's mostly cloudy, so the beaches don't look as good as they do because obviously there's no sun. So I don't know what we're gonna do. The plan was to go to La Maddalena island and go explore around there, but at this moment of time I have absolutely no clue. We'll just see what the day brings us. We didn't plan any day. We basically took every day as it is. We just arrived with no plan and made it all happen. So we'll make it all happen tomorrow. Un croissante. So we found ourselves some ice cream for today, and first time I'm trying cappuccino, and it's honestly brilliant. And of course I've took pistachio, which is just perfect here. We are on our 9th day, and we were actually meant to go beach, and then we saw that the weather was meant to be cloudy and it was meant to be rainy, and all of a sudden we've got a hotter day than the past 3 days. So the weather lies. So tomorrow is showing thunderstorms, so our plan is to go beach, and I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but if the weather's lying like this, we might as well try it. But today we're in Olbia, we're visiting the city, we're trying to find some shade and some rainbow umbrellas. We saw that they have them here, like it's like a street with nice rainbow umbrellas. But first we're looking for some shade, and we're gonna go for some water, and that's about it. But today's just an exploring day of the city centre. It's actually a really nice city down here. It's really nicely done. Definitely worth coming to. So unfortunately we spent time looking for these umbrellas, and it turns out that I think that they only put them up from May to July, so we're way too late and we won't be able to see them. But the city's still very nice, very beautiful, lots of restaurants, lots of shops. Everything you need down here, you will find it.
Still being paid.
I don't know if you hear that, but there's a thunderstorm apparently at midnight. We're about half an hour from midnight, and we've got about 45 minutes walk home, so hopefully it doesn't catch us after our meal, but this is getting bad. So here's the update. I think we're gonna have to start running to the hotel, to our Airbnb. The weather's getting worse. So, mission failed. The pizza's wet, I'm wet, everybody's wet, and we've still got about 10 minutes to go, and the rain is getting worse and worse. On the plus side, it is quite refreshing because we spent a week in heat. So yeah, crazy. So it's the last day. We've got our last night in here and we decided to go to the beach after the rain just because there's nothing else really to do in Olbia apart from sitting at shops, grabbing a few souvenirs, and that's about it. And let me tell you something, it was a great decision to come here. The water's very calm, there's no waves, it's clear, beautiful, honestly everything that you would want. And the best part is that the sun is coming out. There was meant to be cloudy all day, but the sun's coming out, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe our last day in Sardinia will end it on a great one. This is a very small beach, so if you do come here in season, be very early. This is the beach we're on right here, and honestly, absolutely great. You don't need anything more apart from that. It is quite a small beach. So when you have to give this car back, you have to actually wash it, and then you come to one of these self-washing stations and you get these cool coins. We're at Albo car wash and they've got cars printed on the coins. One coin is worth 1 minute.